if I can beat ZHENG Yi Sao, which is one of the newest bots in chess. So let's get right into it. I am playing this with white pieces. First I just to move my pawn to d4. It moved its knight to f6. So now I can move my knight to f3. It moved its pawn to g6. So I should develop my bishop to f4. Now this pawn to e3. It moved its knight to d5. So I should move my bishop to c4, attacking it. It captured my bishop with its knight, so I should recapture it. It moved its pawn to d5, attacking my bishop, so I should retreat my bishop to d3. It moved its pawn to h5. So now I can castle to the king's side. It moved its queen to d6. So now I can bring up my other knight to c3 and it to b5, attacking its queen. It moved its queen to f6, but that is a blunder because now I can capture its pawn on c7 and attack this rook. It captured my pawn on f4 with its queen. So now I can capture its rook with my knight. It moved its bishop to f5, offering for a trade. So I think that I will accept it. It recaptured my bishop, not with its queen, but with its pawn. Now I can get my knight almost to safety with knight to c7. But it captured my knight with its queen. So now I should move my knight to e5. It captured my knight with its bishop, so I should recapture it. It captured my pawn with its queen, so now I should move my rook to e1, threatening this queen. It moved its queen to h8. So now I should capture this free pawn on d5 with my queen. And now it moved its queen to f6. So I should try to take advantage and capture this free pawn on b7. And now it moved its knight to c6. So I should move my pawn to c4. It moved its rook to b8. But now I should just move my queen to d7. It moved its king to f8. So now I can move my queen to d3. It moved its pawn to a5. So now I should move my pawn to g3 to create space for my king to move. It moved its pawn to f4. So I think that I should capture it with my pawn. It captured my pawn on b2 with its rook. So now I should move my queen to e4, protecting this pawn. It moved its rook to d2. Now I should move my rook to d1. It captured my rook with its rook, so I should recapture it. It moved its queen to g6, check, so I should capture its queen with mine. It recaptured my queen with its pawn. So now I should move my rook to d7 and my rook to c7. It moved its knight to d4. So now I should check the king with the rook to c8. And now I should move my rook to d5. It moved its knight to e2, check. So I should move my king to f1. It captured my pawn on f4 with its knight. So now I should capture its pawn on a5 with my rook. It moved its knight to d3, which is a blunder because now I can move my knight to d5 doing a fork. It moved its king to c6. Now I can capture its knight with my rook. It moved its pawn to g5, so I should move my rook to c3. And now this pawn to c4. Now this pawn to a4, a5, a6, a7. And now this pawn to c6, check. to c7. And now I should move my rook to a3, protecting this pawn. It moved its king to b7. So now I think that I should just give a check with the rook to b3. It captured my pawn on c7 with its king. So I should promote my pawn to a queen. Now I should move my queen to a5, rook to b6, queen to a7, and now finally my rook to b8 to do checkmate. So let's just review the game and analyze the mistakes. Now it is analyzing the game.
Good job building a lead and not letting up.
So let's see our moves. None of us made any brilliant moves. We both made one great move. Also made 19 best moves. We both made one mistake, but it made one miss and one blunder, which I didn't make. And now these opening, middle game and end games. In the opening we both did correct. In the mid game it did excellent while I did best, and in the end game we both did great. So, but what about the ELO? For the ELO it did 1500, and for the ELO I did 1700. So I won. Let's start the reviewing. But I will just let you listen to the coach what it is saying, because it will give a better explanation. But now it is not saying, so I have to say about the moves master. First I chose to move my pawn to d4, from which I took the control of e5 and c5, which was a good move.
This prepares your bishop for development.
Now it is saying, so now it will just say.
You permitted the opponent to force doubling of pawns. You trapped your opponent's piece. You will win a rook. You captured that free rook. You want a pawn for free. You've wrapped up the game with a textbook ladder mate.
So I hope that you liked the video. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Please comment how you thought the video was, and have a nice day.